Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Game 2 of Team Storm versus Yellow Solo Mid in the Tide's Wrath SCD online tournament. My name is Coldblood, and bringing this game to you will be Hawksblock. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Definitely an action-packed first game there. Alki just tearing business up as long as Zeus. I'm not quite sure, sold, I suppose, on the dual lanes. Every single time that we've seen it, it's just kind of too easily counterable. And it leaves their carry in a vulnerable position. But I've heard it and seen it a lot more commonly with the lane changes and the jungle changes. But yeah, still think that at this moment, the tri lane's just proving too strong.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that factors into these team strategies as we're now into Game 2. Team Storm 1-0 up in the series and the ban's going out. Unfortunately, they remembered to ban Lich and Yellow Solo Mid. They don't want to be going up against the clockwork like they did in the previous game. It was played pretty well. And Weaver, they're going to quickly lock that one in, being a pretty contested pick. Or contested ban, and he will be making an appearance in this game.
Yeah, they banned out the clock, knowing that, since they had the first pick there, they can pick it up if needs be. And we're going to see Pug again, so, man, seeing him picked and banned a lot recently, so that's pretty cool, man. I'm a fan of Pugs. Once he gets that Ags up, it's pretty hilarious to
yeah, just sit there drain tanking.
just drain all day.
Yeah, so he was banned in the previous game by YSM, so I guess we're about to see why they decided to omit that in the first game. And I do like the pick because Nether Ward punishes you for using spells, and Weaver, he spams that Shikuchi, that's it, like no tomorrow. So it's not the most relevant of stats, but it will make a factor in the fights if he's looking to spam that to survive. And Venomancer going to return. I believe he was on YSM's team last game. And Earthshaker, no surprises there.
Yeah, getting banned out after that first game, early stomp with that tri lane there. It's definitely a strong one, and also what you got to remember, Netherworld scales with damage on how much mana it costs to use that spell. So the big mana, costs. Say for example, Venomancer's ult poison over there. That'll do more damage than say the Shikuchi from Weaver. So late game, man, like a lion can kill himself nearly on his ult.
The Finger of Death, yeah. Runs up to zap someone and gets zapped himself.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious to see.
That sounds like Phantom Assassin and Nyx Assassin. With the crit onto the bladed armor, that could be a surprise for the PA. Lone Druid again being banned out by YSM, so they got Pugna. They couldn't get Pugna, but they will ban out the Lone Druid, so they won't be going against him and his bear. Last ban for Team Storm. I'm wondering if they're going to bother banning Batrider. Nevdi actually played him quite well in the previous game. No, they're going to opt for Rubik.
Radiant's pick.
And we've got a bounty hunter pickup as well. I'm a massive fan of what he can do with that track in early game shuriken toss. It's a fair amount of burst damage, and he can pick off those supports really well. Also, bounty hunter being an obvious counter for Weaver. Track giving the true sight on him. So it's definitely a good pickup. So we've got our off lane sorted for Storm. It'll be interesting to see what they'll pour next. They're still yet to have a mid, unless they want to run that Pug in mid, which they probably will actually now thinking about it.
Yeah, that would be a pretty decent decision. So reserve time being called in by YSM to decide what they want to run with. Weaver could either be the carry or the off lane. I would assume off lane, and that would explain the bounty hunter pick. He could potentially go in a tri lane with the Veno. We'll have to see what else YSM decide to go for. In the previous game, they had what was the sports they had? They had the Lion, and I thought Telek actually did a pretty decent job. So we'll have to see if he decides to pick that one up again, or if they'll opt for something else. And then there's another 2 picks after this, Hawks. Do you have any predictions, or we just waiting to see?
Oh, there's still definitely a lot of heroes in the pool right now. Still got a life stealer in the pool.
Oh,
So, actually, he's been in the pool, I think, for the last game as well.
yeah, Jakiro was available, wasn't picked. He's definitely got the a similar playstyle to Earthshaker with the long-range line initiate in the ice path. Doesn't longer stun in return for not creating impossible terrain, and Jakiro has a decent bit of burst himself. So the Veno and the Jakiro together, if an ice path lands, that person's going to be in a lot of trouble. Murana is going to be the pickup. We did see her played as a carry last night with some great sacred arrows. I'm wondering if that will be played by protagonist, as obviously he's very good with those skill shots, or if it will be. Oh, I'm not sure actually.
Well, I mean, if looking towards more the carry role, Ruby Phoenix, I believe, played the Elky last game. So if they're looking at running the Mirana in a tri lane, that's definitely a possibility for her. Darkseer getting picked up, one that's been left in the pool for a while as well, actually. So we've also got the OD. But then again, an OD with a pug, that could really hurt himself as well. Though they do have a lot of squishies, so maybe, they're going to be looking to ban out a mid lane here. Yeah, Puck, fair enough. There was a Puck, Queen of Pain. Yeah,
Zeus again?
quite a number of them.
I'm wondering if we'd see Zeus. Probably not. They might opt for someone a little tankier. That is Team Storm. Where, oh, well, Yellow Solo Mid, they're fairly squishy themselves. I'm wondering how the Wall of Replica will go with the Bounty Hunter, if they can get a copy of him, turn him around and burst down the Mirana. If they will decide to do that. Reserve time being called in by YSM to try and decide their 5th ban. They've got a lot of melees banned out, and they've picked up the Darkseer themselves. And it's probably going to be an offlaner or a mid for Team Storm. I'm wondering if they're going to decide to ban out the Zeus, because it was played fairly well by Akirior once he did ban out some things. And Naga Siren going to be the ban out, so no initiation from her. Slada, I have not seen him before.
Yeah, Slaughter is another one with that hard counter to the Weaver there. He's also got a true sight ult, which does give a heavy amount of armor reduction as well. So that'll make the Weaver nice and squish. They're definitely going to work on shutting this Weaver down as much as possible there.
So we'll have to see if he can time his time lapse to get the heck out of it. I'm not sure if it would remove the track and the amplified. It would?
Yes.
Okay, so he'll have to be... And dust, so he'll have to be on the ball with removing that. YSM, they don't have much reserve time, and Viper will be the last one, so the double poison combo coming out. And Viper, if he does go mid, he'll probably be against a... would it be the Pugner he'd be against?
The Pug or the Mirana, hell, even a Slaughter I've seen go mid a fair bit. So, though in this case they probably won't look to have the Slaughter mid, because the Viper would be able to shut him down fairly heavily. It'll be interesting to see how they run their lanes. Might be looking at a dual mid from lane from Storm, as the Good Luck Have Funds come out. Instantly the smoke gets purchased up on the Jakiro play by Talik there.
Okay, so we'll go through the team's players. Hawks representing Storm, who are currently up 1-0 in the series. Will be Akirior on the Pugner. He was the mid last game, so I have to see if he returns to that. Ruby Phoenix going to be playing another melee in the Bounty Hunter. CM played once again by Magic Man, has purple name instead of green this time. Protagonist on the Mirana. We'll have to see if he can land the Sacred Arrows. And Slada going to be played by Emstar.
Yeah, for YSM, we've got Roidsy up on the Dark Seer, Talik playing the Jakiro, putting head on the Venomancer once again. We've got Nebdi in the mid solo role. He'll be playing the Viper. At least I can assume he'd
30
be mid.
seconds to showtime.
Then we've got Windwalk, or however, Woundwalk, or playing the Weaver.
Okay, so it looks like the Bounty Hunter and the Weaver will be going up against each other, as Emster is holding back here. Another defensive lineup from YSM, pretty good at defending their side of the map. There was a smoke picked up by Talik. I'm wondering if they're going to use it to try some shenanigans here early on. They could try and get an early gank up on whoever will be mid. Looks like Sacred Arrow is going to land on Roidsy from Protagonist. That's stun lasting ages, but I think Roidsy will be able to get out of here. He has the Iron Shell, going to eat a tree on his way past. And it looks like he's actually turning it around on the Protagonist. Pops the Iron Shell. Protagonist going to eat a tree of his own. And nice play from Protagonist. It's not just the Fisher he's good at landing. We'll have to see if he can continue that throughout the game. As another Sacred Arrow is going to land. Spam pings go out from the YSM guys. They're not going to be able to follow it up though. So it is Roydsy's lucky day. Oh, Magic Man going to come from behind. The Frostbite's going to go down. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get to this one. Third time lucky, he will be able to get away. So he's taking a lot of CC to the face and getting a lot of tangos popped. All four of them going down. He does have a healing salve, but that will be definitely to his deficient. Looks like he will be backing up for now.
Yeah, and we're going to have a pretty damn aggressive tri-lane bot, man, which I'm pretty happy about. We're going to see a Carrick Slaughter, man. He can put out a fair amount of damage if he's got that farm on. Probably going to be looking at getting an early blink as well for a blink stun combo. You haven't seen Slaughter yet, have you?
No, I have not seen him. Oh, it looks like Ruby Phoenix is going to stealth up. So will the Weaver on Woundwalk, who is going to be able to pick this one up. Woundwalk is forced to back out with the massive amount of creeps there, as Pudding Head's going to be jungling his way. Not going to come into the game yet. There is actually a sentry ward that could reveal Ruby Phoenix if something happens. To answer your question, Hawks, no, I haven't seen Slaughter.
Yeah, there you go, man. He's going to be pretty destructive against this lineup runners and core. He's level 3 already, picking up 10 last hits on him. So, yeah, he's going to get pretty tanky pretty fast, and he's going to have a lot of option. As there's a bit of harass going out on mid there. Akira busting out the Decrepify and Nether Blast combo.
Oh, okay, that's a pretty interesting combo. And he's not got the Nether Ward you said. I guess there's no real reason against an auto attack like Viper. It's interesting that Roydsy's been completely thrown out of his lane. He's just headed into the jungle using the Iron Shell to get some farm on, doing it very efficiently. But he's not going to be picking up much at the bottom lane. As the Storm, they could decide to push this out very hard. Looks like they are content just last hitting though. As the top lane, will Ruby be going down? Shikuchi forward by Woundwalk. Not going to land them anything except zoning the Bounty Hunter, who is actually behind quite significantly actually. Woundwalk doing a great job out farming him at the moment. He's 5 times his creep score and starting to rise.
Yeah, and if he just went like 1 step...
Oh, Nevdi is going to be hit by the Sacred Arrow and will be blasted by the combo from Akira. That was a wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, roaming tri-lane there, man. There's a lot of damage if that arrow lands there. The Nether Blaster's already at level 2, and that'd be doing 175 damage. That's if the target isn't decrepified as well.
Which is extra spell resistance reduction. Oh, a lot of damage coming out from the Pugna. So Protagonist and Magic Man looks like they're not finished in the mid lane yet. Talik hanging around just in case he is needed. We'll have to see if he can land the Ice Path. Soul Ring going to be picked up by Roidsy as Ruby Phoenix and Puddinhead going to butt their heads against each other, passing in the top part of the jungle. And Roidsy's falling quite low to the birdies in the jungle, but he will manage to sprint his way out of there, as and maybe return to the bottom lane. Do you think that's a smart decision, Hawks, to start taking the jungle rather than just get zoned a bot, or is it allowing Storm's bottom lane to just run rampant?
Oh, look, at this level, he wouldn't be able to do anything anyway, so he's probably just going to get a few levels there in his Iron Shell there, which would... I'm just watching Emster there, and he's being a little cheeky there with his Slitherine Crush. Oh yeah, here we go. He's back as the lane pushes up now with a couple of levels in that Iron Shell. So that'll make you know, the Slardar's life a little bit harder to get those last hits. But yeah, he uses the Crush there to kill off that creep as soon as possible.
Oh, Protagonist is invisible right next to Talik, and he is pinging him. Looks like Talik knows there could be something going on. Will Protagonist be cheeky and try and steal this Wild Wing Ripper? Protagonist going to burst out as Talik turns around on him. Crystal Maiden going to throw down the Nova. Frostbite sure to follow. It will indeed. Ice Path going to stun up Protagonist. That might be enough for Nevdi to come in and pick up a response. No, it looks like Akira will force him out. Huge damage coming out from the Q, the Nether Blast, as Akira going to run forward. Will he start life draining? No, the auto attack and Nether Blast combo enough to take down Nevdi. Very nice play by Protagonist to scout that one out and set up a double kill for his team.
Yeah, that's some pretty brutal stuff there, man. As I said, that damage early game is going to be a lot for that Viper to contend with.
Oh, now the Trank boots being picked up by Magic Man on the Crystal Maiden. Keeps us waiting for the series to start, but then does very well with the roaming Crystal Maiden. He's even got Protagonist with him this time, roaming even faster than the last one. Sacred Arrow going to go out, and Talik instantly gets out of the way of that one. Looks like Roidsy will be heading here with Nevdi, as Ice Path going to go out, not do too much of anything. And Protagonist heading to the top lane as putting heads to the mid. So a lot of members of YCM here, but they're not going to get much done.
Yeah, and while this game is going on, what you got to remember is the Slarder has free farm down bot, and he has got a Hand of Midas as well, which would have been picked up very early, I dare say. So it's nearly on its second cooldown, maybe, if I had to guess. So, dude, he's going to be wickedly farmed.
Oh, Nevdi might be in trouble here. He's definitely going to be in trouble. Sacred Arrow is going to miss. Life Drain is going to go off. Magic Man going to pick that one up. Talik throws out the Ice Path and then the Dual Breath, but it's not going to be enough. Wound Walk is going to be able to pick up Akira. Nice Shikuchi forward going to pick that one up. I thought that was a Sacred Arrow, but it must have just been an auto attack. Looks like Roidsy is here. Nice play by Wound Walk to quickly teleport in and pick up a return, but more nice play from the roaming supports of Storm. As they pop a smoke, looks like they're not finished just yet, Hawks.
Yeah, the lines are getting drawn out. It looks like they want to come up and rotate top, which is definitely going to be a good gank as the bounty hunter played by Fenix. He's the level 6 now, man, and we've got some more TP support coming on as well. He does have the track out on Reaver right now. Here we go. Here's the damage coming in. Boom! Look at that.
There's no time lapsing out of that one when it happens. Instantly, Crystal Nova going to go on to putting heads. He has been tracked. The Sacred Arrow not going to land, and Akira going to pick that one up for himself. He could be going for the sheep. No, not the sheep stick. The Force Staff or the Cyclone, or maybe even Ag Scepter.
Yeah, probably at this stage, man. I'd be saying an Acceptor rush would be the way to go, because they don't have many interrupts. They've got one stun and then the dislocate there from the vacuum, rather, from Darkseer. So there's not much to interrupt him.
He's just going to be sitting there draining everyone. As the free farming Slarder, despite the lots of action going on, what is Akira on? Talik is actually stealth here, as never going to be going in. Unfortunately misses the Ice Path, going to lock off Akira, going to life drain his way out of that. And will he get the teleport off? No, it will be interrupted by the vacuum, and he does end up going down. Ends up being a 2-for-1 in Storm's favor. So YSM don't want to stop, but Emster is here, and he's popped his sprint, as Roids is going to be locked up. Will he get out? He does indeed. The Sacred Arrow whiffs there. Freezing Field going to come out from the CM. Nevdi going to fall And Ice Path going to come out from Jigiro. Very nicely done, actually. We could see something happen. Ruby Phoenix, no, he is stealth. They have nothing to reveal him apart from that Plague Ward. And the Storm guys definitely going to be happy with that series of events.
Yeah, Emster coming in to pick up a couple of kills there, and look at his attack speed already, man. He's got those treads up in that hand of Midas, so he's going to be able to farm insanely well from here. 58 for 9, and sitting on a kill here, which I believe was also a track kill.
Yeah, I did have the bonus gold. Emster, he's quite low health. Roydsy could have potentially gone for that, although Akirio was quite close, so maybe a good decision to not go in for that. We'll have a look at the net worth as Akirio could potentially run into him. Now it looks like the action will be up at the top lane. A lot of tracks going off. 4,700 this Slider is worth, and not going to be slowing down anytime soon. 4k by Akirio. And the next one is Woundwalk on the Weaver at 3k. So massive gold lead for the Storm guys at the moment. As track going to go off on Pudding Head. The Storm guys setting up for some aggression here at the top lane. Nothing happening just yet, though. Oh, it's actually Dagon the Pugna went for, so he's looking to burst people down.
Yeah, that's fair enough. A Decrepify and Dagon combo can be pretty hilarious.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I mean, Netherblast is already nuking the heck out of people, so you add a Dagon in there. Looks like Woundwalk is going to transition to the bottom lane, try and pull off a Slaughter and get his free farm going on. Akirio heading around the back here. Nevdi, I don't think he's going to be getting out of this one. Going to have the damage amplified by Slaughter, and he's not going to be surviving that combo from the Pugna, who he did manage to pop the Dagon and instantly takes him down. Mid tower may be falling. I think I hear a teleport. Yeah, Telek is going to be here only at level 4. Not going to be able to stop the tower going down, although the Ice Path going to dissuade the aggression as Ruby Phoenix is going to have the Dust of Appearance go on him. Going to try and teleport out. Will they be able to get him? No. He does manage to get out in time. Very well played as... in the mid lane, Woundwalk, will he be able to pick up a return? He does manage to pick up the Mirana, so 1 for 1 in the mid lane, teleport out by Akirio. And Storm are just going crazy at this point, Hawks.
Yeah, while this is happening though, Roydsy is pushing that top tower with his level 4 and Iron Shell there, so that's definitely not a bad thing. Also, the Weaver picking up a revenge kill isn't also the worst thing in the world, though at this stage, they are probably, if we have a look at the graph, significantly behind. 5,000 in EXP, and how much in gold? 5,000 plus.
Yeah, so things definitely looking good for Storm to sweep the series 2-0 at the moment. YSM, I'll have a look at the net worth again. Woundwalk is doing fairly well for himself, all things considered. 3,800 under his belt, and he's very good at cleaning up the fights. So if YSM can get the jump on, they will be okay. They're going to have something to deal with the Slider, though, as the stealth going to come in. Crystal Nova comes out from the Crystal Maiden. The Ice Path fairly decent, but not going to be enough as Ruby Phoenix going to jump forward and smack Ruby Phoenix. Oh, sorry, the Puddin' Heads, as I think Akirio Dagoned that one for the double kill. 3 going down, and Nevdi is left under his tower. He is going to be tracked as Woundwalk. He's saying, please don't lead them over here. Nevdi going to fall to that one. Mirana going to pick that one up by Protagonist. And Woundwalk will manage to get out, but he's the only one of his team to survive that encounter. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, the free farm continuing for the Slider.
Yeah, picking up a Blink Dagger, man, so he's going to be pretty damn devastating. We do also have a Hand of Butters picked up on the Crystal Maiden now, so she'll be able to find a little bit of fun.
Well, fair enough. I guess every time it's off cooldown, she'll be able to get some XP for herself. As Royds is going to be jumped on by Ruby Phoenix there, going to surge his way out. As Talek, unfortunately, not even hitting level 5 yet. We'll have a look at the hero level 11. So the solo lane is for Storm at level 11, and the rest of the game at 9 or lower. As the tower in the mid has already gone down. The bottom T1 tower, the only piece of infrastructure left, as the blink forward from Emster starts whacking away at Puddin' Heads. Not going to be much he can do there. He's just going to completely ignore the Plague Wards and sprints his way out. with another kill under his belt. Now looking at 2-0-0 with absolute free farm.
Yeah, and he's got that level 1 up on the bash now as well, so that's going to be a lot more damage, plus the chance for that stun there. I believe it's a 1 second duration, as we're going to see a bit of an action. By saying that, I mean a Decrepify and Dagon combo there. That stuff is absolutely hilarious, and it looks like he's not finished yet. Trying to go into the double kill, just missing out and having his life cost for it there. But nearly picking up the double kill, that would have been, all the way around then if he was able to pick those two up.
Yeah, he went all in there, and very nicely played by Talik to freeze him in his tracks just under the tower, as the last piece of outer infrastructure for YSM going to fall to the very fast attacking Emster, who I'm not sure what he'll be going for next. Are there any other big items? Urn of Shadows picked up by the Magic Man. Dagon at level 2 for a Kyrior. Dust of Appearance on Ruby Phoenix. And for the other team, there's a mechanism completed on Roidsy, but I don't think that's going to be making enough of a difference in these fights, because Storm haven't even grouped out yet. They've got a couple farming and a couple roaming around, bursting everything they come across.
Yeah, man, definitely the mech at this stage of the game. Like, normally that'd be a great time to have a mech. Here we go, Emster, he's seen a couple with the ward there, and he blinks all the way over there, and he's going to try to take on a... On 3 or 4 of them here. The Marana roll comes out as well, so he'll probably get out there alive. Magic Man busting out the freezing field, nearly picking up another kill as Phoenix comes in from behind, tracks up Nevd and picks up a kill with his Shuriken toss there as here comes the cavalry. It all the way rotated, and we're going to see another kill go down on that Weaver.
Oh, no teleports picked up as Talik is going to throw out the Dual Breath and the Ice Path. Ruby Phoenix going to survive there and manages to pick up a kill with the Shuriken as Emster comes in and bashes his way to victory. This entire time, Protagonist is up at the top lane, pushing his heart out. He's got the Ring of Aquila, Illusion Rune in the bottom part of the river. And Storm, at this point, I'm almost afraid to bring up the difference in gold earn. 17,500, and rising in the gold lead. So at this point, I think it's safe to say they've won the series. It's just formalities for now.
Yeah, they are in a pretty commanding position here. The Slaughter nearly picking up a full Desolator from that. So he's going to be doing like more than true damage right now with his right clicks, man, with the amplified damage at level 2.
Oh, we got a Dagon on Protagonist, because why not at this stage? I'm wondering what Kyrior managed to pick up. He's got his Dagon to level 3, so there's going to be Midases and Zaps all over the place. Tracker is down onto Nevdi on the Viper. I'm wondering if Storm are going to try and get some aggression going on in the mid lane. Most of their team is there. Oh, I missed a Kyrior jumping forward and obliterating Puddinhead as the leap forward from Protagonist. Gonna get a kill onto Magic Man, the Crystal Maiden, as the Swarm going to come forward from the Weaver, do absolutely nothing, and I think this may be the beginning of the end here. Track forward, Slider's going to sprint and do a lot of damage to Roidsy. There's not much they can do at this point, and Magic Man gets himself another one. GG calls Roidsy, and the Weaver going to jump. Blink? Did he blink? No. How did he do that?
Come on,
you can stop your actions. Sorry, peeps, no divine. That's the GG comes out, and the ancient crumbling there, man. That's a stomping again. So that's a massive sweep in a very short time, man. 17-minute game, and I think a 25-minute game was the other one.
Yeah, it was 25. Oh, actually no, I think it only got to 19. So, this series taking less than the other games that we normally do. It was fairly well played by the yellow solo mid guys. They just got outclassed in both games. We'll have to name an MVP for this game. Who are you thinking, Hawks?
Oh, it's got to be Crystal Maiden with the Hand of Midas, man. Let's be real.
Yeah. Magic Man, he did very well in both games as the Crystal Maiden, honestly. Those frostbites, you knew when he was close by because they would be frozen in their tracks.
Yeah, the early harass also on bot with the Marana, those arrows were pretty damn epic. So she played fairly solidly as well, man. Obviously the hard carry Emster, he picked up all the fun that he could in his stomp, man. So yeah, it was just every single lane was significantly won. I suppose the bounty hunter was doing it tough at the early game, but once he was able to get that track and his team were coming in for the backup kills, that's going to give a lot of gold to the Storm guys there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's some pretty excellent taking advantage of that skill.
Yeah, very much looking forward to seeing more from Storm. Well played by YSM. Hopefully they have better luck in their next games. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Myself and Hawks are from GameStar. If you head on over to the GameStar Facebook, you can check out more of our casts. We'll be doing a Cyber Gaming game tomorrow and probably some more Tide's Wrath. Any closing statements?
No, that's it from me, man.
Alright, have a wonderful night, ladies and gentlemen. This is Cold Blood and Hawksbuck signing out.